should we have a little talk? They told me I had the potential, that curious phrase, half prophecy, half threat. I was praised for my articulation, my university master degree, and my grasp of words and systems. They said I was going to go far, but far, I realized, only meant up the corporate ladder. I was meant to become a highly optimized self, attract, improved, and always slightly unsatisfied. I escaped when I noticed a peculiar phenomenon that every metric used to measure my worth was externally generated and internally corrosive. The apps tracking my breath, the articles telling me what to fear this quarter, the wearables correcting my sleep as if dreaming could be gamified. All these were symptoms of a deeper illness, an ontological dependency, not just a system of control, but a system of agreement. An epistemic trap dressed in the language of empowerment. I left not with a scream, but with a silence, not with rebellion, but with a disinterest. I stopped answering emails and started answering the wind. I moved north, geographically, spiritually. Sapmi, you would probably call this Norwegian Lapland, where time folds sideways and the sun forgets to sleep, became less of a location and more a dismantling of coordinates. Out here, I learned that productivity is a cosmology, one that mistakes movement for meaning. I learned that growth is not synonymous with health, that a species that builds faster than it feels will soon forget what it even means to be alive. So I stopped measuring my value by output. I read deep ecology and chewed reindeer lichen. I studied the nervous system through the lens of myth. I wept for no reason and then understood that this too was intelligence. I began to see that the matrix is not digital, it's linguistic. It lives in the metaphors we accept. Climbing the ladder, killing time, building a brand. These are not neutral phrases, they are spells. Grammar as governance, syntax as surveillance. We were trained to believe that freedom lies in having more choices within the machine, better options, smarter algorithms, frictionless everything. But true freedom isn't variety, it's departure. It's the willingness to be incomprehensible to systems designed for your domestication. It is the choice to live in a society, one in which tools serve humans, not the inverse. Many will tell you that opting out is a privilege, and you see, in some cases, yes, it is, but more often it is fear that keeps us compliant. Fear of insignificance, fear of poverty, fear of boredom. The Matrix runs on fear and calls it ambition. I am no longer ambitious, I am attentive. I listen to the wind for syllables. I watch the reindeer trails like scriptures. I eat slowly. I make things with my hands. I study old languages that never went to war. I now know the name of mosses and the silence between raven calls. This is not regression. This is resurrection. People still write to me asking how to escape. I don't offer them blue pills or red pills. I tell them to look at their calendars and their mirror and ask, who profits from my pays? Who benefits from my constant self-improvement? Often the answers are quiet, uncomfortable, inconvenient, and true. The Matrix survives by convincing us that there is no outside, but I am outside. I left, and no, I am most certainly not coming back, because out here under the midnight sun, I remember what the machine tried to erase. That I'm not a brand, I'm not a funnel, I'm not a demographic or a user. I am a living question with very, very ancient truths. I am the part of a civilization that wandered off mid-sentence and started humming instead. And if that makes me mad, then let madness bloom. You see, leaving the Matrix is not a single act. It's a devotion, it's a rhythm, a strange kind of fidelity to the deeper, quieter world that pulses just beneath the grid. I left the Matrix by no longer rushing what has to be revered. If you want to leave, begin where I did, with one honest refusal followed by silence. End of transmission. Bye.